Straw Hut Media.
If I told this to my friends, basically, they would be like, what the heck? Why are you sticking around? You're so dumb. There's literally a million reasons. Hello, people. In today's episode, we have some fun topics to talk about. We will be touching on skincare, all things birth control, and stringing along a girl but not wanting a relationship. So with all that being said, let's get into the episode. First confession. Girl, I need your advice. You have absolutely stunning skin and I always seem to have acne. I'm lost. What products do you use? Always look up to you. You're the same height and the same everything. Ha ha. I don't really know what that ending meant, but thank you. I definitely have good genes. I mean, my mom's skin has always been super clear as well. Of course, before my period, I'll get a couple new friends on my face. But other than that, I do tend to have pretty smooth skin. Up until about a year ago, I didn't do really anything to my skin. So I feel like if you are a little bit younger, under like 19, my advice would be to just take off your makeup and maybe just like rinse your face off. When you're using too many products, it can really like stress your face out and honestly like do more harm and putting more, you just don't really know your skin type and what really works for you. And of course, if you go to like a dermatologist and they recommend you 5 things to do in your skincare routine, definitely trust them. I'm no dermatologist, I'm no esthetician. I always just like took off my makeup and I felt like if I tried to even use like the Neutrogena grapefruit face wash, I would break out. I do remember when I would ever get a pimple, I would put Mario Badescu drying lotion on like a little Q-tip and put it on your pimple, and by the morning it would be gone. So that is definitely one of my top 5 favorite products for skincare. Another one would be, I love the Youth to the People brand. I would say that they have my favorite skincare products. I use the face wash maybe twice a month. Like I don't use many products. I mainly just use lotion every day. I use the Superfood moisturizing cream from Youth to the People. So if anything, that's the one skincare product I use. They have this exfoliating oil, maybe this product that is in a green bottle, and I use that when I wash my face. That's probably like my 3rd favorite skincare product. Another one that's similar to the Mario Badescu drying lotion would be, what is that brand? Mighty Patch for pimple patches. I think that those really just work so good. Kind of any brand for those, but I've definitely just used Mighty Patch in that star face. So those are probably my top 2 favorites for pimple patches. And then my last one would probably be, I have this Charlotte Tilbury facial oil. I think that it works wonders. It's a teeny bottle and it's lasted me like a whole year. If you don't put on makeup, it really just makes your face so glowy. And I do mix it a little bit with my moisturizer. That's one of my favorite looks to do. I'll literally just put that on and call it a day. If you're looking for something like super glowy and just refreshed and just to leave the house, that will be your best friend. But again, try not to overdo it and switch products all the time. Maybe stick to something for a month. And if it doesn't change, then go to something else, because it does take a little bit for your skin to kind of get used to things, because I know I have sensitive skin. So that's why doing less for me is more. And I feel like I've been very happy with the results of that. So those would probably be my tips. Hi, Jordyn. I have a couple questions about birth control. What type are you using, if any? I don't know where to begin or how to start, but my doctor recommended I start taking the pill. Wow, this is a really good question for me because I was on the pill from maybe 2017 till 2020. What? 2020? Till 2020. Okay, I really started doing a deep dive on this topic. Again, I'm not a doctor. I am not an OBGYN. I can't remember how the freaking, I'm not a professional, but I've done my own research for my own self because I was very curious. Basically, I didn't want to be on a prescription and taking something every single day. So that's kind of how it started. I would see all these like TikToks. A couple of my friends who were older would tell me, they were giving me advice on it because I would always ask like, what are you on? I heard this and whatever. So I would start talking to my friends and my older friends about it. Basically, a lot of them were like, oh, I got off the pill and I'm doing this, this, and this. So I kind of realized that I was on the pill because of like acne and all these things that doctors like recommend. It's not even just like birth control. It's also all these other things like weight and acne. They'll just put you on the pill. So it really started as just that. I was, like I said, 17 because it's 2017. So then I got really into working out and trying to build muscle. And I heard that when you're on the pill, it strips you of all testosterone. So you literally cannot gain muscle on the pill. So then when I heard that, I obviously did a lot of research. Some is true, some is not, or it's just not as extreme. But it's kind of true. I was literally the exact same weight and kind of look for like 4 years. And I was like, I've been doing all this work and working out and I've seen no results. So it has to be this because I've changed diet and like literally everything. So that was like number 2 of reasons why I wanted to get off the pill. Then number 3, I was single. Basically every reason that I got on the pill at first. I didn't have acne. I wanted to like gain weight at this point. Now I'm single and it's like, I don't want to be taking this anymore. So that was when I originally got off the pill. So I was on the pill. I wouldn't recommend the pill. I know a lot of people have tried IUDs and wait, is the IUD in the arm or is that the one? I don't know. My other friend has like the copper thing inside, and I know another friend who loves the IUD but has struggled with depression with that. And that's like another thing with the hormones that are in the birth control pill just really scared me. I couldn't make up my mind, really be myself and control my emotions on the pill. You're just honestly controlled by what you're taking, and there's no really getting around that. That's why we have, PMSing and all of that. I forgot to mention that part, but that's another added thing is you just cannot control yourself. I think it really affected me being on the pill at that young transformation stage for me. I really wouldn't recommend getting on the pill at that young, like that age. It stops the process of a lot of things, and I just really wasn't myself. So anyways, I get off the pill. I was worried, when is your period going to come back? When is everything going to be back to normal? When am I going to start being able to see these changes that I was interested in? So my period exactly came back 1 month later. I got off the pill, a month later, got my period. And then ever since then, it's been pretty much exact. So I was worried about that. If I was going to have an irregular month, or I was really going to sync up with friends, because when you're not on the pill, that is a possibility. And I'm pretty sure it's happened twice. I've had like a double period 1 month. Sometimes it'll be like 4 days early or 4 days late or something, but that has only happened twice since 2020. So all this stuff with my period, I was so nervous about. Never happened. It didn't take 6 months for me to get back to a regular cycle. I really was like gaining weight. I was so much happier. I felt I was living in like a sadness. And a lot of people have said that. Another thing is when you're on the pill and you're taking it every day, I was so focused on that. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have to like take anything. Like it's just like so nice. I was single and I was able to just like be off the pill, be free. It was so different. I was so serious about my pill, and at 9:30 every morning I took the pill. So being off of it, really, I was so much happier. I felt like I didn't have any weird cravings. I wasn't ever tired. I thought I was on the pill to help with headaches and migraines and all of that. I got that at such a young age, and I really struggled with that. But now, maybe the day of my period, I'll have a migraine. But other than that, I really don't get headaches anymore. I did go vegan for a year too when I was also like off the pill. So that is my story on the pill, but I'm going to actually get to what this person is asking and what I do now, because that's probably what everyone wants to know. So while I was off of the pill, I learned a lot about, your ovulation and your cycle and your phases. Basically have learned that you can get pregnant for only up to 6 days in a month or in your cycle. Basically, there's 1 day of like actual ovulation, and that is basically when your temperature changes, and it can stay inside you for up to 6 days prior. So it's kind of, yes, a gamble, but it's just I have had to learn all of that. I've had to track my temperature and I do all of that stuff. So anyways, about a year ago, my boyfriend got me this Oura ring and I wear it every single day. I wear it to sleep. Basically, this tracks your sleep, your cycle, your temperature. So it's on your phone and it's like an app and basically has all these sensors. It's crazy and it's kind of scary to think about. But it connects to this app on my phone called Natural Cycles, where it tracks my temperature and it asks if I'm sick, if I'm on my period, if I've had unprotected sex, protected sex. It basically asks all these questions in the morning with your temperature that it was taken that morning. And so that's like the part that might not be as accurate because your temperature does change. I will open that every morning and put in everything that it's asking. Then it tells you basically if you are on a red day or a green day. Red days, I'm sure you know what that means. And then there's green days where you are good to go. So I basically stay in my green days and track my temperature. I'm very careful. It's worked out for a year. So I would definitely recommend getting an Oura ring. For me, it was like, why am I going to take a pill when you can just avoid certain days? And that's kind of what I've learned. And no, it is not 100%. And I know that. Everyone knows that, even if you're on a pill or even if you are, well, I guess if you're not doing anything, then it's pretty much 100%. But I love this so much. I got my brother's girlfriend this and I got my mom it. So everyone like shares their sleep schedule. It's really cool. It's not just for that kind of thing. It tracks your deep sleep. It tracks your REM. It's all on your phone. When you wake up during the night, your breathing, your readiness for the day, and your activity and all your steps. It's like all in one. This is a great, great gift. I got my mom and my brother's girlfriend theirs for Black Friday, actually. So even though that might already be past, go check their sales. Yeah, basically, I'm just as careful as I can be. I love this thing. It's a great gift to get your girlfriend because, Natural Cycles Oura Ring is my birth control method. It's not for everybody, but that's just what I do. And I've been doing it for a year. Hi, Jordyn. I've been dating this guy for a year. He tells me that he loves me and we act as boyfriend and girlfriend, but he won't make me his girlfriend. He says he isn't ready. This really sucks because it's like you want it so bad and you want it to work. It seems as though he does too. It's just, if I told this to my friends, basically, they would be like, what the heck? Why are you sticking around? You're so dumb. He basically just wants you as an option, or he wants you there when he wants you, and he doesn't, and it's just an excuse, and he's talking to other girls, and there's literally a million reasons. And I feel like girls really just go to the worst. Like, oh, he's talking to other girls. He has a girlfriend. The worst thing ever. Or it can just be he's really working towards his career and he actually has other things going on and he really, really likes you and might even want to marry you, but he is taking his time with it because, or he's not making you official because he can't give you his all right now. Because a relationship is 100%, like it's all the time. You can't just like turn it off. But if you're not official, you kind of can. In most cases, a guy my age or older, it's a truthful statement. And they actually are busy with work and they really like you. they can't give you their all right now, so they are kind of stringing you along, basically. No, it's not fair, and I feel like most people shouldn't put up with this, but we do. And sometimes, if you hold out, it will be worth it. If this guy is like younger, it's probably, I'd hate to break it to you, an excuse. He actually probably has other options and he's just like an F-boy. And I really wouldn't put up with that. It really is probably an age thing. I mean, if this guy is like 30 telling you this, it can mean something totally different than if an 18-year-old is telling you this. So I would just say that, if someone likes you, they will really do anything to make it work, whether that's long distance or they're so stressed with their job or anything, if he wanted to, he would. And that's really how I look at things. And I don't think it's fair to string anyone along. Oh, she doesn't fit in my schedule today, but maybe she will tomorrow. It's just kind of unfair to do to a guy or a girl. To me, this is a red flag. There's so many scenarios that could be happening with your situation that I don't know. So it's really hard for me to give advice. But overall, with anyone, I just really think that if they wanted to, they would. And it's not fair to string anyone along. And it sucks because we fall so in love and we'll do anything for someone, but sometimes it's just right person, wrong time, maybe. Okay. Last one for this episode. My friend is dating a guy that is totally bad news. He lies to her all the time and she believes everything he says. I keep telling her, but she loves him and doesn't see that she deserves better. How can I help her see him for who he really is? Dang, girl. I look like I have bad eyes, like trying to look at that from so far. It just seems like something is toxic here. And it's really hard because I feel like you really only know your partner. People may think that they know your partner, so people can put in their 2 cents. But most people are strong enough to understand when something has gotten out of hand and they will take a step back. It's the whole lying to her all the time thing and she believes it. That's just not good. And it's really important to have friends that want what's best for you. It's like bad friend, good friend kind of thing because a lot of people are just so in love and they are so blinded by it and they're not going to see what's wrong and they're not going to accept anything from anyone. But I would say just hang out with her more. It seems like she maybe has lost a little bit of her own life and self a little bit in this. You have to kind of see it from someone else's perspective to understand it. So I feel like how you can help her is to just hang out with her, plan things with her. Once she's in the real world and not consumed by him and his life and what he's doing and all the lies and manipulation or gaslighting, whatever it is, taking a step back from that relationship and helping her take a step back is what she needs right now. And time will tell, space will tell. At the same time, she definitely knows her relationship better than you. Maybe she's just over exaggerating everything and maybe it's not as bad as how she's making it seem. So yeah, it sucks when you're in this position and you feel like your friend is with someone that she thinks that she doesn't deserve any better. And obviously that's when someone's super in love because they can't see it. Again, everything happens for a reason. So that's just how I see that part. But yeah, that's my advice. Definitely just try to get her to take a step back. You don't even have to say really anything more negative about her relationship or your thoughts. You can just try to plan things and get her mind off of it. Help her have a good time without all these negative thoughts, and maybe she'll be able to see it how you do. Or maybe not, but you can try. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. Again, if you want to send in your questions and confessions, you guys can always send them in to Jordyn@strawhutmedia.com, and I will see you again next week with a new episode. Peace.
You've been listening to the Jordyn Jones Podcast. Jordyn's passion is to inspire, relate, and give you that much-needed 1-hour escape from life's everyday struggles. Your family, and we're so glad you're here. Make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Jordyn Jones. Jordyn. This production is brought to you by Straw Hut Media, hosted by Jordyn Jones, produced by Ryan Tillotson, edited by Daniel Ferreira. Additional production help by Carolyn Mendoza, Ali Ahmed, and Samir Gonchi. Keep shining bright like the diamond you are, and see you next time on the Jordyn Jones Podcast.